Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to see a sales overview dashboard in Power BI software. And this will be an end-to-end project. In this complete video, we will see this end-to-end project. We will see each and every step, how we are going to design and develop this entire dashboard, right? So in front of your screen, you can see this will be our final output, which we are going to design. And you can see there are different placeholders, different charts, different spark lines, different KPIs, and different grid views are available, and which are being created by using advanced DAX functions. I mean to say basic to advanced DAX function, and you will be learning so many Power BI functionalities in this particular Power BI project. And at the end of this project, you will be confident enough, right, that you will be able to create similar type of dashboard on your own with different data sets. And in this, whatever we are going to see, like that, you can see the background design, the color combinations as well. The layout is also unique, which you can see. And these are the professional dashboards, which in real-time industries also such type of designs and documentations are being used, right? So the data which we are going to use in this entire design, I will add the link in the description box from where you can download it and you can use it for own, design, and you can do it in your own system by following the steps which I am doing in this entire video, right? So now I will just give you an overview, or I can say I will just walk you through the dashboard. What are we going to design and what are the elements present here? So on the left side of this particular dashboard, you can see there are different KPIs available. Sub KPIs are there, and there is a spark line available with average line. So for you here, you can see the dashboard which we have here. It is by region, and here we have a date range, which will be obviously a dynamic date range. Then we have sales. Okay, this is the sales value for central region, east region, south, and west region, right? And then we have the previous year sales, right? So with respect to whichever current year has been selected over here, so the previous year sales will be 2023. So if we select the 2023 sales, and you can see it is a dynamic, the values are changing with respect to that. And if you see it for 2023, the previous year sales will be 2022. So based on the selected year, it will give us the previous year sales, right? And one more thing here, like for this particular spark lines and all the entire values which are there in this particular dashboard, we have a measure also. So you can see the entire dashboard with respect to different measures. So let's say if you want to see for a profit, okay, so now enter values are for sales. If you want to see for profit, you can see the entire value will be sorted, or we can say filtered out for sales. Then if you want to see for quantity, you can see the entire values or entire dashboard is filtered out for quantity likewise, right? So it is a completely dynamic. You can change the measure, you can change the year as well from here, whichever year you want to see. All right. So these are at the left hand side, you can see entirely these are the, KPIs, spark lines and sub KPIs, which give us the or indicates the sales for previous year. And on the right hand side, you can see there are a few charts which have been designed. Here you can see the map chart is there, which gives us a bubble chart. We can see a bubble map chart where each bubble size, like it represent the sum of sales in that particular state. So the higher the bubble size, higher will be the sales, and the lower the size, lower will the sales, and with respect to different measures, right? So you can correlate that. So the color combinations are also given same. So for you can see the west region, the different colors are given with respect to that, and you will be easily able to identify that from which particular region that particular states belong. And one more chart we have created here, which will be a bar chart just to show which is the highest selling country. So not country, state, and then we can see you can analyze with respect to that which is the least one, and you can rank them with respect to that as well. Getting? And then we have a grid view, which is a very detailed grid view, which gives us the information of current year and previous year metrics. And when I say metrics, it will be for sales, profit, and quantity for that particular region. So for region, current year sales, previous sales, and the growth of that particular sales. And here you can see we have used some indicators as well. If it's positive, it will be upward, and if it's, or we can say if it is less than zero, then it will be downward. So that's the formula which I have used over here, right? So in this way, we will be designing this entire dashboard, and based on that only, you will be also able to design in this particular entire video. I will show you the entire step-by-step process. And obviously, you can add this particular dashboard to your resume as well, to your portfolio as well. And you can practice it with different color combinations or different functionalities or any other whatever you will be having a full liberty based on what you have to design, right? So let's move ahead, and firstly we will see what problem statement we have. But before that, I would request you to please go ahead and subscribe the channel, like this particular video, and share it with your friends who are learning data analytics, right? So it will be helpful and motivating for me as well to reach people like you and to give me a motivation so that, to create such wonderful projects, right? And do comment, let me know for suggestions if you have. Let me know for any projects or any topics you are looking for, which I should be making a video on, and definitely I will try to make it one, right? So now let's move ahead, and so I will just show you the problem statement which we have. So this is the problem statement, and first we will see what are the different functionalities which you are going to see in this particular project and what are the steps. So first one obviously will be the business requirements gathering, requirement gathering, which is nothing but the problem statement. I will give you the data walkthrough. Then we will be connecting data, that is the data which we have with Power BI, that is data connection. We will do some data cleaning or quality check if required. Then we have data modeling as well. We will be doing some data processing, simple calculations, creating tables and all those things. The tax calculation which we are going to see is the important one, because in this we are going to write the calculations which are long calculations, right? And the time calculation, or we can say time intelligence calculations. Then we have dashboard background. So I will show you how we have designed the background. Then layouting of the dashboard. We will develop different charts. We will format them. Then dashboard and report, which finally we are going to generate. And then we will also write some insights, right? So moving ahead to our problem statement, which we have in this particular entire report or entire project. So we have to create a dynamic Power BI dashboard to track key metrics. Okay, so firstly we have to track key metric, that is sales, profit and quantity. And we are more interested region wise for, we can say it is highly, we can say at higher granular level we are going to design this dashboard. And this dashboard, the stakeholders of this dashboard would be higher management or regional managers. It would be general counsel, it will be CEOs, CFO, CTOs. Okay, so who are sitting at the higher positions, and they want to see their regional wise performance of entire company or entire sales. So that is what they will be, or that this dashboard would be useful for them, right? And based on that they should be able to switch between, sales, profit and all those things, and obviously the previous year sales, right? So now first is the KPI requirements. KPI is nothing but which I showed you on the left hand side, the spark lines and all which we had. So firstly we want it by region wise. So firstly we will be finding for central region, and based on our requirement we have to display the sales, profit and quantity as per the selected year. So whatever year we are going to select, we have the, for sales, profit and quantity, we will be adding one parameter, and it should be dynamic selections, right? So we will allow a dynamic selection between these three particular metrics, and then we will show the sales of previous year. We are only going to show sales of previous year based on whatever year is selected. So if year is selected as 2024, so 2023 will be the last year. If 2023 is the selected year, then 2022 is the last year, likewise, right? And then we have to create a bar spark line. Okay, we have to create a spark line which will give us the monthly data, right? So, and we have to include average line also, see the trend, what is the trend of that particular monthly chart. And why monthly chart? Because higher management want to look like what are the best performing months in that particular region, so that they can manage the inventory, they can identify the festive seasons and all those things, right? So same we have to find it for east region. All the things are same, all metrics or requirements, just we have to find it for different regions. So first we have to find it for central region, the same we will be finding it for east region, and for going forward we will be doing it for southern region as well as for west region, and all other internal things will be the same, right? So these are the KPIs requirement. KPI is nothing but key performance indicators, which gives us at higher level, or at, we can say, at summary level how the business is popping. I can say with the, instead of summary level we can see, just looking by the figures, whether we are profitable or whether we are losing money or whether we are making money. That's what we have to see. Getting or not? So at higher level, how the business is performing. Okay. And so before moving ahead into our this video, let me introduce to my website. And in this particular website, I have different data analyst materials as well as different unique domain projects. All right. And these are on the tools of data analysts like Power BI, Tableau, Excel, and SQL. So these are the important materials which will help you to boost your interviews, to get an exact roadmap, to get an exact resources where you should learn the data analysis, and to go through the projects, the projects which are very much useful to show in your resume, to learn yourself, and to help and have a hands-on on these projects. So right now there is a Diwali sale going on. You can see here it's a 51% off is there on entire material. So whatever price right now you see, there will be a 51% off on all these particular materials, and this you can use the code Diwali at the checkout, and it is only valid till 4th of November. After that, there will be the original prices as well, right? So make sure to check out and go through all of these. So let's say you want to learn anything, and if you want to know more about this project, you can just click on this. So let's say you want to know about the data analysis complete material, and you can see what is exactly available in this material, what are the projects available in this entire material. So you will have an idea like what exactly will be there in this particular materials, right? And if let's say if you want to know about projects, like what projects are available on what different domains, right? So these are some example projects. The screenshots are mentioned over here. And in this particular package, what are the different projects available? What are they on different domain, and what will be included in this entire package, right? So you can see if I scroll down, I just don't have this particular projects and materials. So here you can see data analyst complete material have an entire set of tools embedded in one single package. But if you are interested in different tools, I have sorted them out. So if you are interested in only in Power BI material, you can go for this. There will be Excel projects, Tableau material, Blinkit project is there, as well as you can see SQL material, SQL projects are there, right? So likewise, you can just go through this entire website, okay, and it will be helpful for you to show in your resume, and it will be helpful for you to study. Let's say you have an interview tomorrow. So in this particular complete package, there is entire set of questions there are there, real-time questions, right? So scenario-based questions with solution is also available. HR questions, client interview questions. What are level one questions, level two, level three questions, managerial round question. So everything is covered. Cheat sheets are there. You don't have to run through your notes, through your videos again to learn and brush up everything or do a revision before an interview. You just have to go through these few PDFs which are available, and you will be able to brush up everything. So this everything is been created by myself. I myself have invested time in this and created this particular entire set of notes, handwritten notes, all PPTs, projects, everything is created by myself. Okay, and you can. I'm 100% sure you will be liking this. And as the festival offer is going on, you have a good, 51% of off is available on this entire sets of materials. So just please go ahead and check it out. If you like it, please go ahead and buy it, and convey it to your friends also. So let's move ahead now with our video. Next, we do chart design. Why we have to do chart design? So let's say we are doing sales, but somewhere we are losing money. So we will deep dive in that particular state. So for that particular region, we will deep into, we will go in the granularity of that particular region. And for state wise, we will see why we are losing their money or why we are getting more money, and how we can get more money in the states, and from profitable, and from profit point of view, how we can be in positive, or how we can make more and more money. I hope you're understanding what I'm trying to say. So that's what first we are going to find out sales by state. And as I showed you, we are going to create a bubble state map for that particular sales distribution across different state. And you know that the size of each bubble should correspond to sales volume with respect to whatever metrics we are choosing. For sales, then it should show sales, profit, and with respect to the quantity as well. And along it, we have to find out the bar chart as well. So just to provide the detailed background breakdown of that particular sales or profit or quantity by state, right? And it will allow us the easy comparison between the states, right? So for which state we have, with respect to that, what regions we have, from which particular region which is the highest performing sales, and all those things. Getting not? So this is what we are going to design in this particular entire video, right? Then we are going to find out the table or grid to display different metrics for current and previous years. And these are the list of the metrics which you have to find out: current year sales, previous year sales, year on year sales. Same, we have to find out current year profit, previous year profit, and year on year profit, and current year quantity, previous year quantity, and year on year quantity. And obviously, we have to do different formattings, different conditional formattings to show different bars and different up arrows and down arrows based on our condition. And then we have to, see how it's performing, and it will be easy for us to identify how the insights are been working. Getting? So this is all the business requirements and all the problem statements which we have received from our customer. So let's move ahead. As I told you, many people just watch the video. They do like the videos. I mean, they understand, they learn from the videos, but they don't subscribe. You can see 84% of people just watch and go. So it's free for you guys. YouTube platform is free. But to keep me motivated, okay, so please go ahead and subscribe so that it will help me to create more and more such videos, give me a motivation, right? So I hope you will be doing that. Just hit a like button and subscribe and comment if you have any suggestions. So let's move ahead and I will give you the data walkthrough. So the data which we have is a sales data, and in front of your screen you can see this is the data we have. So the size of the data we have around 10,000 rows, and if you see the number of columns, we have 21 columns. There are different fields available in this particular data, and based on that we are going to use and analyze in this particular video. Whatever you see in this particular data, we have that there are different fields, and based on that we are going to make use of different fields to build different DAX functions, to build different charts, and build different KPIs and sparklines as well. All right. And these are the few dimensions which we have over here, and we also have different metrics available in this particular entire data sets, and based on that only we are going to design our dashboard. So I would not spend much time on this particular data, and always remember, by guys, this data is already cleaned, and I would recommend you to please check whatever if you have any null values, if you have any blank or errors. So just go in filters and check if all the values are there. If you see anything blank, just go ahead and delete that particular row, or add an a value from your own side. Because this is a dummy data, we do not have real time, or we can say a company data, which is not allowed to bring on YouTube as well. So I have created this particular data for you guys. This is available on Kaggle websites and many other websites as well, so you can just download. And if you don't have this kind of data, and if you are working on your real-time problems as well, or if you have any other kind of data which you are trying to make a portfolio project on, I would recommend you to take the idea from this particular dashboard, from this particular project, and try to create or replicate the same type of project in your system, with different data, with different combination of colors, different combination of charts as well, if you want. And always remember, 70 to 80% of work is done on data itself and modeling, data modeling, I can say. Right? So if this particular work is done, or understanding of the data is done, if you see the data, how it is moving from higher level to the lower level. So higher level, I can say, let's say country. Okay, so country stands at higher level. And if you break country, we have different regions like east, west, south, all these thing regions. If you break the regions, then we go into states. If you break the states, we go into the city. If you want to go deep dive, if you break the city, you will go it into the postal codes. So likewise, the hierarchy is there. And in the same way, the data is broke down and it is brought in front of us, so that we can deep dive in the data, and then we can go in the core of that particular data and find the insights, right? So at higher level also we see the insights, at lower level also we see the insights if you want to identify what's happening in that particular lower level, right? So in that way you have to paper down everything, write down everything, how the hierarchy is there, how the data is been flowing, what is the meaning of each and every field. So this is called as domain knowledge. Okay, and always remember the domain knowledge is given, and it should be, if not given in your real-time industry, it is recommended that you should take the domain knowledge from your colleagues, from people who are already working on those projects, so you understand what is the business need of building a dashboard, why, what is the business requirement, what is use of this dashboard to a stakeholder for or our client as well. So you will be better able to provide a solution in that way. Getting or not? So that's a very important thing, and I always tell to my students as well and to my trainees as well that always go ahead and study the data first. 60 to 70% of solution and work is done there itself, right? So I hope you have understood. So this is a quick data walkthrough. This file is added in the description box. You can go ahead and download, and then you will be able to use this particular file for analysis in your system as well. So let's move ahead. So now I have taken a new Power BI worksheet, and I recommend you to do the same. Take a new Power BI worksheet and make sure that you have downloaded the data. The link is attached in the description of this video, and make sure you have gone through that data, you have studied the data, and you have taken few insights, you have wrote it down, and then we will be moving ahead to do our problem statement, or we can say do our design with respect to the problem statement. All right. So now we have an XLSX file, or we can say an Excel file, and we have to use an Excel connection. So whenever you open the report, you directly have an option here, import data from Excel. If you don't have, you have an option in home ribbon. You have to go in home ribbon, and here you have a drop down, and here you can choose Excel workbook. So as soon as I choose, I have a data called sales overview data. The same data will be used for our analysis. I will just click on open. So it will establish a connection between Power BI and the data source. And this is the sheet which you are going to use. Just check it, and it will give you a preview of data in front of you. And it will ask us to check if all the columns are being loaded or not. All right. So now we just have to click on load, and as soon as you click on load, it will load all the data into our Power BI with all the roles, and you will get a message over here, right? So and if you want to check if we have got all the data or not, so you can just go to table view, and here you can see the entire data has been brought, and at the bottom end you can see the total number of rows that are 10,018 rows, so which are the same rows which I showed you in the data walkthrough as well. All right, sorry. So now let's move ahead. And so before doing, always check if our all the data has been brought or not into Power BI. Check each and every rows. If everything looks good, check each and every data type, right? Make sure like order date, let's say order date have a date data type here. You can see. I'll just maximize this here. You can see in column tools, you can see what is the data type of this here. You can see a date. So for sheep mode here, you can see it is a text. Similarly, you can go ahead and you can see sales is a decimal number. Similarly, quantity is a whole number, discount is again a decimal number, profit is again a decimal number, right? So numerical data type should be there for the metrics, right? So in this way you have to see everything, if all the data types, if all the tables are been correctly brought. So fortunately in this particular analysis we just have single table, but in real time, what happens? You might have to deal with multiple tables. So in that case, you have to go through each and every column, each and every table, and you have to see if all the data has been brought correctly, if all the data types of each and every fields is correct or not. If not, you can correct it, you can change it to the respective data type or to the relevant data type what it should be, right? So this is the prerequisites or the pre-check which we do before doing any cleaning, any modeling, or before building the report, right? So these are few things which you have to keep in mind. All right. So now we have brought in the data. Next, what we will do, we will create a calendar table or a date table, and then we will do a data modeling. So why we are going to do a data, or we can say a date table or a calendar table here? So in the requirement itself, we, as we said, we are going to deal with previous year sales, current year sales. Mainly in the grid view here, we want all the quantities with respect to dates, right? So when I say current year sales, don't get confused that we are looking for 2024 sales. Obviously, the meaning will be the same, but in our case, in our project, the current year sales will be the year which we are selecting in as a filter. So if I show you over here, so this year, whatever year we are selecting over here, that would be our current year, and previous year would be nothing but 1 year less than that. That is, let's say if you are 2022, we are selecting 1 year less, 2021 will be our previous year, and with vice versa. Or we can say with with respect to that, whatever we are selecting. All right. So that will be our current year and previous years. And for calculation purposes, to find out current year and previous years, we have to deal with time intelligence functions, right? And Power BI and Microsoft recommends that whenever you are doing this, time intelligence functions or writing DAX for this or finding out those metrics, it is always recommended to build a calendar table, build a date table, and then with respect to that find out those particular values, because it will be easy and those dates will be only used in our analysis, right? So the same thing we will be doing over here. So do that, what I will do, you have to go in home tab. Okay, just go in home tab, and here you have an option called a new table. So I will just click on new table, and I will name it as calendar table. You can name anything. I will just increase the size so it will be visible for you. So I will name it as calendar table. Okay. And to find out the dates, okay, in this particular, to select the range of dates, the range of dates are taken from the original data itself, right, from the sales data. So the minimum of order date will be our smallest date, or to start the date from where we have to start, and the maximum date would be our the maximum date which is available in entire data set, that is nothing but order date. So in between these ranges, minimum and maximum, we will find out all the dates, and it will give each and every row will be given an unique date value. We will see, I will show you. So we will just use a calendar function. So we directly have a calendar function. You take two arguments. First is start date and next is end date. Okay, so first we have to mention start date. So for start date is nothing but minimum. We will be using minimum function, and we will be using order date. Okay, and order date from where? From the original data. So just take order date. Okay, close the bracket, comma, second argument will be the end date. And here we'll be using a max function. Okay, max, same order date again. Okay, the max of order date. Close this bracket and close the bracket which is for calendar. Okay, so just hit enter. As soon as you do, you will see the minimum date which is available in our dataset is 3rd of January 2021, and the maximum data available is 30th of December 2024. So in between these two dates, we will get all the dates, and each date will be different on each row. You can see there will be a unique date on each and every row. It will be not repeated, just minimum and maximum in between. Whatever dates are there, whatever days will be falling, all the dates will be there in or populated in that particular table and in that particular column, right? So this is our date column. From here we have to extract year. Okay, so I will go ahead and I will extract year now, and for that now I will derive or I will find out a new column in this, right? So just go in table tools. Okay, just select this, go in table tools. Here you have an option called new column. I will just click on new column and I will name that column as year. Okay, I want to find out year. So here it is very simple, just write year function. Okay, year of what? Year of this particular date. So year of date, you have to just scroll this bar up. Scroll this bar up, you can see calendar table of date. So you can see a new table has been created over here, that is calendar table. So name of the table and what is the field, that is nothing but date. So date, and just hit enter. As soon as you do, you can see year 2021 is extracted, 2021. So if you scroll it down, here you can see 2023. From each and every date, the year will be extracted. Getting or not? Now we want to extract month as well. Why? Because in Sparkline we have to make use of month, and with respect to month we have to find out all the metrics, sales, quantity, as well as profit. All right. So for that, what I will do, I will again click on new column and I will name it as month. Okay, and for this, so now to get the names of the month, we cannot use the month function. Month function will give you the number of that month. So January will be for 1, February will be 2. Likewise, it will give you the numerical values, but we want names of the month. So for that, we have to use format function. Okay. So format, what should be the value? Value should be this particular thing. That is date of, that is calendar date, comma, and what in what format you want. So you have to write in double inverted comma. If you want full name of that month, you have to type 4 times M. And if you want just first three initial letters, you have to just type 3 times. Okay. So I will just type 3 times, close the double inverted commas, and I will just and hit enter. So as soon as you do, you can see month has been extracted. This is 10/1/2021. That is nothing but January. Similarly, 19/5/2021 is nothing but May. So likewise, month is extracted from here, right? So now these are the important columns which we need for here in this analysis. Going forward, we will create more if required. So now what we will do, I will just go in model view. Okay, as soon as I go in model view, you can see there are two tables. So this was the initial table which we imported from Excel file, and this is a calendar table which we created by ourselves manually in Power BI itself, right? Now what we have to do, we have to make connection in between these two tables. Until and unless we make a connection in between these two tables, they are not related to each other, and whatever we build, whatever we filter, it will be not filtered in this particular two columns, right? Two tables, I can say, right? So now what we have to do, we have already derived this particular date from order date. So we'll connect this date with order date itself. So just drag it on this, right? Just drag it on this and automatically a new relation will be developed over here. So from calendar table, date will be the column which we are using for relationship, and from sales table, you can see automatically it has been highlighted, that is order date. Then you have to find out what is should be the cardinality. Always make sure cardinality, if I can say Power BI also recommends and Microsoft also recommends, you should go with one to many joins or many to one joins. Many to many joins is always avoided. Why? Because it will give you a redundant data, right? We can say duplicate data. It increases the size of the output table, and in terms the increases the duplications in the data. So it is always recommended one to many, many to one, or one to one. Okay, and we will just click on save. And as soon as you do, you can see a relation has been formed in between these two tables. And whenever I hover over my mouse on this particular line, automatically these two fields are highlighted. Here you can see, and it means that these are the two fields being used to create and modeling in between these two tables, right? And here you can see one to many. What is the meaning of that? I already told you in calendar table, whatever dates were there. Here you can see whatever the dates were there. I will go in table view. So whatever the dates are there, each and every date on each and every row is different. But while as if you go in sales table, and if you look on order date, so if you see 20th November 2021 over here, you will also see 20th November 2021 on other rows as well. So it's nothing but the rows are repeating. Here you can see 5th of August is repeating. So it is not unique, right? So these are many values on each rows. So the same way here there is a single value. So it is considered as a primary key. So one, and here it is considered as a foreign key, which may have duplicate values. So one to many relationship. Getting or not? And relationship is required, modeling is required. And once you create a model, then and then you can go ahead and create different calculations and metrics from this particular both the tables, and filtration is or filtering will be also possible when you create a modeling. All right. So now modeling has been created. We will go back to our report view. Now this is the place actually where we are going to build entire report, right? So now I already told you that we have already created a background for this particular visual, right? Or for this dashboard. I will just go in PPT and I will show you. So this is the PPT, or in PowerPoint, I have created this entire background. I can say this is the background actually. This is one more color combination I was using, but I have gone with this as a final one. You can use your own color combinations. I will share this particular background with you. You can use your own combination, own colors, whichever you want, and you can use it in your analysis, right? So this is the color combination I have used, and this is actually, if you can see here, I'll just take it upward. So this was an actual border of this, right? So you can see I have used different shapes over here, and I've just brought it over here. You can see the border of this, and on that I have built this particular, placeholders for our different charts and KPIs, right? So I will share you this also. You can play with different colors, whichever you want. So this has been grouped. So you have to click twice over here and then internal shape will be selected and you can give different colors, right? So if you want to make image of this, what you have to do, you have to just go in file and you have to click on save as. You have to browse where you have to save it. And instead of PPT, here you have an option called as JPG or PNG. Just click on JPG, click on save, and it will ask you if you want to save it. I mean, so it is already saved for me. It will ask you if you want to save entire slides or not, or just the current slide. You have to just click on current slide. So only this particular slide will be saved in the form of PNG or in a JPG format, and you can save it. But those who don't want to do, those who want to go with this visual itself, I will add the link of this image in the description box itself. Download it from there and use that visual for your analysis, right? So now this already is present in my already saved in my folder. So now what I will do, I will go to my Power BI, just click anywhere. Then in visualization you have an option here called format your page. Then go into canvas background and here you can browse your image. So just click on browse and then just browse your image wherever you have downloaded it. So this is the image I'm going to use. Just click on open. So now here you can see that the image has been browsed. I have added image, but you cannot see here. So here you can see transparency is 100%. Just reduce it to 0%. And as soon as you do, you can see this visual is available over here, right? Then just go to image fit. Just click on fit. Okay, just make it fit over here. Go to canvas settings, and here the vertical alignment instead of top, just choose middle. Okay, so that this background or whatever image we are dragging over here, it is at the center of this particular canvas which we have, right? So now I will just minimize this, and this is the background we are going to use for our analysis. All right. So now let's move ahead and we will create our first KPI requirement, or based on that we will design our first requirement. And just let's go to our KPI requirement whichever we have. So this is the first KPI requirement for central region. We have to find out sales, profit, and quantity. But these three will should be created as an measure, or I can say as an as a dynamic measure should be there, right? So now to create this, actually we will have to create a parameter. But first, what we will do, we will find out first sales, profit, and total quantity, and that we have to write calculation for that, right? So we already have calendar table. Now we have sales data also. So in sales data we have, you can see profit, quantity, and sales. So we will find out the total sales. So we'll create an aggregation first. So I'll just right click over here and I will click on new measure. Okay, I'll just increase the size. So, and I will name it as first to total sales. First I will find out total sales, nothing but what, sum. Very simple, sum of what, the sales field which we have over here. So just find out the sales, drag it, and here you can say sales. Okay, just select that column and hit enter. You can see total sales column, or we can say an aggregation or an DAX has been created over here. We are aggregating it, right? So sum is nothing but we are aggregating that particular column, so that each and every cell value of that column for different rows will be added and it will be brought in over here as a calculation, right? Very simple. Now right click again, create a new measure, and now we have to find out total profit. Okay, so total profit again, summation of what, profit, right? Close the bracket, hit enter. So you can see total profit is created. Now right click again and create a new measure and we'll name it as total quantity. Okay, and it is nothing but sum of quantity available, and just hit enter, and you can see all the three measures are been now created over here. Getting? Now next thing what we will do, we will create a parameter. Why? Because we have to switch between these three particular metrics, sales, then we have to switch in between profit and quantity, and we have to bring a single KPI. But when you switch this matrix, the value in that KPI should change. So for that we have to create a parameter. So for that, just go in table tools. Okay, just go in table tools. No, just go in modeling over here. Not in table tools. We have in modeling, and here you have an option called parameter. and just click on fields. So we will create it from fields, and we have to name this parameter. So I will name it as select metric. So the name, we will choose it as select metric. And now we have to drag the fields here. So from sales data, we have already created these three aggregations. So just drag it over here. So first we want total sales, second will be our total profit, and next will be our quantity. So I'll just rearrange this. So sales, profit, and quantity, and just create on create. Okay, so as soon as you do, you can see, I'll just close this and I will drag it down. Here you can see at the bottom, a new field has been created, or new table type structure has been created, which is select metric. And automatically this metrics are been brought over here as in form of a slicer. So we'll just choose or we'll just reduce the slicer for now, and I will show you how to create our KPI, right? So first thing what we have to create is a KPI for that. So I'll just close this and open the visualization. And from here, I will take a new card. So just click on new card. Okay. And now here, just click on total sales. Okay. So first we have to find out total sales. So just click on total sales, make sure it is selected. Bring this select metric and bring here into KPI. Okay. As soon as you drag it over here, you can see the value is now there, right? So the new parameter which we created now, the dynamic sales, just bring it and drag it on this particular visual. You can see this is total sales. Now just uncheck and now find see total profit. You can see total quantity. Okay, so in one single particular KPI we can see three metrics, and this is what we actually wanted, right? So now instead of doing this in the form of vertically, we will arrange it in a tiled format, because that is how we want. So just select this particular KPI, or we can say this particular slicer, go to format visual, go to slicers rating, then instead of vertical reads, just click on tile. Okay. So you can see automatically it is converted into tile, and you just rearrange it likewise. Just place it over here. Okay. Go to values, and here instead of UI, I will make it as Azure UI bold. Perfect, right? So now total sales, profit, and quantity. But I don't want total over here. I just want sales, profit, and quantity. So how to change it? What we can do is just select this parameter we created. Just select this parameter, that is select metric. Okay, I'll just increase this. Just select this metric, and here you can see this is the DAX which is automatically created when we write or when we create that particular parameter. And when you want to change any name of any name over here, you can change it. Just click on that, the DAX will be opened, and whatever you have wrote in these double inverted commas, that will be the name displayed, and we can change it. So we just want sales, so we'll just delete total from here. Just delete total from all the three. Okay, and just hit enter. Okay, or just hit the check button, close it, and here you can see it has been changed. Now you can just see sales, profit, and quantity, right? So likewise, you can create this parameter, and we have created this particular KPI. Now next thing what we will do, we have to just find it for a few regions. Okay, so if you want to see, first we have to find it for central region, so that we have to do, and we will find it for central region itself. So for central region, first we will give the name, or we'll just give the title here. So just select the text box from here, and I'll just name it as central. Okay, just write it as central. So I'll just reduce it, make it at center, and just let's do some formatting. So I'll just select this text box like this. Go in effects, turn off the background, and select this entire text, and I will just choose it as let me check, just choose it Calibri, and I will make it as 14, and I'll bold. Okay, and I'll just choose it, and oops, and just try to place it nice and clean. Okay, so this will be a central region for us, and next what we'll do, we'll just format this KPI. So this, let's select this KPI, just go in format your visual, turn off the category label, go in callout values, And here we will choose the font as Candara. I will just choose this Candara, and not Candara actually. One sec. Let me check what was the font. I forgot. It's Sage UI. Okay, just choose it as Sage UI bold. Okay, and the font size here would be 17. Okay, just choose at 17, and just try to bring it over here. Just go again here, go to general and effects, turn off the background, and I will just place it over here. First I will place it over here in between middle. Okay, and now what we have to do is we have to give the name also here, like as sales. Okay, so it should be also dynamic. That is nothing but, so now let's say when I choose sales, when I choose profit, it gives me profit value, it gives me quantity value, profit value, sales value. But what I want is it should give the name also over here. But before that, so this entire value is only giving us the, the sales of entire sales which is available in the table. That is, it is for all the regions, east, west, north, south, central, whatever regions we have, but we just want for central. So it is very easy. There are two options: either you can write a calculation to do it, or you can just use a manual filter condition. So better use a manual filter condition over here. So for that, I will just go ahead and take a region over here. So we have a region field. Okay, just take the region field, and I'll on this page, and just click on this. Okay, and here what you can use is I will choose it as central. Okay, so automatically you can see that I have just choose it as central. All right, and so this value will be for central, so I'll just make it as center over here. All right, so now this will be central, and I'll just turn off this. So now whatever value we are looking it will be for central. But one more thing also we have to see is whether which year we are looking for. So now to select the year, again what we have to do is we have to add a slicer over here. So for that I will just click on slicer. Okay, so this will be a slicer page for me, and we have already created a calendar table, and in that we have already created a year field. So just take it and drag it over here. So this will be the year, and do some formattings on this. Select this, go to format your visual, go to slicer settings, and instead of between, just choose it as style. Okay, and just selection, instead of multi-select, just click on single select. Okay, and the header we don't want. Okay, and for values we will make it as Sage UI semicolon. Okay, and now just reduce it and just bring it over here. Just a little bit vertically I will increase it, and I'll just increase it likewise. Okay, perfect. So now let's see, we want to see for 2024. So this will be the value of sales for 2024. So in that also central region, it will be for 2024. Profit will be this in 2024, quantity will be this, right? So in this way, the same way which we have created over here, right? So 2024 you can see profit, here you can see quantity as well, likewise, right? So profit and quantity. All right, so now this is the sales value. Now what we have to do is for the sales value we have to give a dollar symbol over here. So we can go in this particular, just select this, and here just select this total sales. Okay, so we can just select the total sales and just mention a dollar symbol over here. So automatically your dollar symbol will be provided, and if how many decimals you want, I will just click on 2 decimals. Okay, so this is dollar symbol with 2 decimals. Perfect. Also we want for profit as well. So profit also, when you select, it will be show in dollar symbol. We want it as 2 decimal points. Okay, so quantity does not have any unit to measure in, so it will, we will not change it. So profit, you can see profit, sales, you can see sales, and quantity, it will be there will be no currency or whatever it is, right? So it will be as it is, we will keep it as it is. So this is sales, profit, quantity, right? Now one more thing what I have to do over here is, or what we have to do here is, I'll just take it down. Here we have to give a sales name over here. So that's such a name that whenever I click on sales, sales will be displayed. When I click on profit, profit should be displayed, right? In that way. So to do that, what we have to do is I will create a calculation. So I'll just right click in orders table, just click on, sorry, in sales data, just right click, and I will just write a new measure over here, and I will name it as dynamic title. Okay, so this will be our dynamic title, and it is nothing but we will be using a max function. Max of what? Select metric, and this particular, that is select metric, and this metric we have to just use and just hit enter. Okay, so as soon as you do this is done, then just create a KPI card again. Okay, and bring this particular calculation we just wrote dynamic title over here, right? You can see that right now profit is selected. When I select sales, when I select quantity, those particular value will be taken over here automatically. Getting? So now we will format this visual. Just go over here, go to general. First in effect, just turn off the background, then go in visual, turn off the category label, and here we will just change this to uh, let's say this. Okay, Candara, and here we'll choose it as 11. Okay, and let's make it as bold as well, and we will choose it as let's say this color. Okay, so this is sales. Okay, let's do one thing, let's increase the size. Okay, let's make it as 13. All right, and now this will be the sales, and now if you change to profit, you can see profit will be displayed. You can see quantity will be displayed. So likewise it is giving us a dynamic way of showing the titles as well over here, right? So now this was our sales value. Next, what we have to also find out that for our requirement is we have to show previous year sales, right? So now previous year sales, it is dealing with the date value. That is, we have to find out the sales of last year. So now when 2024 is selected, it will give 2023. When 2023, it will give us 2022 likewise, right? So now to do that, what we will do, we will write a calculation for that. So just right click over here and just click on new measure. Okay, and I will name it as previous year KPI sales. Okay, whatever name you can give. So for me to understand and keep it in mind, I will be using this name. So for here we will be using few variables. Okay, so first variable I will just write over here. I will write a variable first as let selected year. Okay, selected year. Okay, so now why I'm writing this variable, I will just tell you. First, I will be using a function for this as selected value, and which we have to use a year function, or we can say year field. So now I have wrote this function. I have created one variable and I have wrote and selected value. So what does selected value does is selected value of what year. So whatever because we have created a slicer which takes year to represent over here or to display over here. So whatever value we are selecting in this particular filter, it will be brought here in this calculation. If we select 2024, 2024 will be the output of this particular value. If we select 2023, the 2023 will be the output of this particular function, right? So it will be dynamic for us. Whatever filter value we are selecting, it will be taken it over here, right? Now next variable, I will write one more variable. Okay, it will be as previous year sales. So I will write now take as previous year sales. So for me, previous year sales, for this I will be using a calendar function. Okay, sorry, calculate function, not calendar function. I'll be using a calculate function. So expression. So you have to find out previous years of what metric we have to find out. We have to find it for total sales. Okay, comma. Then we have to give what should be the filter condition. Okay, so now filter condition should be what year. Okay, so year of calendar year. So that is nothing but a calendar year. It should be chosen in such a way that it should be selected value -1. Why? Because whatever value we are choosing in filter, let's say if you choose 2024, then it should be this value minus 1. So it is nothing but this value minus 1, but this value is nothing but what? Selected here itself, right? Because this variable we will bring it over here, that is control C. I will bring this variable and minus 1. Okay, means what? If 2024 is selected, it will should take here 2024 minus 1, that is nothing but 2023. The 2023 field or 2023 year will be matched with this year, and then it will be used as the filter condition, and we will get the total sales for 2023. If 2022 is selected in the filter, it will feed this value over here, 2023 minus 1, that is 2022. It will try to match with this year. So this 2022 will be fed over here, and it will take the sales of 2022, and we will get a previous year sales. Getting not in this way, right? Then I will be just return. Okay, I will just return. Okay, what should be the output for me? That is nothing but previous year sales. So this is what we want in return. Paste. Okay, and I will just hit OK, enter. So here, uh, okay, we have to close this bracket. Okay, so just close this bracket over here, and now I will just hit OK. Okay, so now I will just close this, and you can see a previous year KPI sales has been created. I will bring the filter over here, or KPI card over here, and I will just bring previous year sales, and I will show you. So now you can see these are the previous year sales. So you can see for 2023 these are the previous year sales. So when I choose 2023, I am getting previous year sales of 2022, right? When I choose 2024, I get previous year sales of 2023. So you will say this number are same. It is not same. This is 147.10, this is 147.43. When I choose 2022, I get this previous sales of 2021. Now when I choose 2021, I get here a blank. Why? Because we just have data of 2021 itself. Less than that should be 2020, and we do not have any data of 2020 in data itself, right? So if you want to see the data, okay, let's go and see the data. And here if you see, we just have 2021 is the least date. We don't have any data for 2020. Okay, so now how should this function work here? So if we select 2021, I want here to be displayed in the KPI card that no previous year available, or whatever you want to return, whatever it that is, right? So it means that I want an output as no data. Okay, whatever, if it is blank, it should be no data. If you don't have previous year, the value should, or the KPI should return us the value as no data. Okay, it should write as text as no data. So for that we have to change the calculation, and also I want this particular, that is previous year sales text, to be added before this value. That also I have to do, right? So now two three things we are going to do it over here. So let's see how we are going to modify this calculation, right? So now we have to modify this calculation in such a way that so we get all the values over here, right? So what we will do, instead of return now, we will write a if condition over here, right? So return if, on next line I will take if condition. Okay, so if condition takes three arguments. First is logical test, right? So write down the condition, right? If is blank. Okay, if is blank previous year. So if we don't have previous year, right? So if there is an if is blank previous year sales. Okay, so if we get this particular previous sales as is blank, control C and control V, I will paste it. Okay, if it is blank, close this bracket, comma. If this result is true, then what should be an output? Okay, so the output should be what? Previous year sales. This should be printed, right? And no data, right? So nothing but if this condition is true, we will get an message as previous year sales, we don't have any data. But if this condition is false, that is second argument. Okay, so if you can say, we have to write if this condition is false, then what should be the output? The output should be what? Previous year sales. Okay, okay, and this should be the added one. Previous year sales, close this bracket, we have to concatenate. Okay, so this is the text we want to display that initially, and the value should be as it is taken, right? So this should be the value. So we should get this value again. Control C and Control V. Okay, and close the bracket and just hit OK. Okay, now close this and I'll just increase this. Now you can see 2021 is selected. When 2021 is selected, we get a message as previous year sales, there is no data available, right? So your user or your client will understand that for previous year, no data is available. When you choose 2024, you can see previous year sales is this value. When you choose 2023, this is the value. But here you might have noticed that the formatting has been completely changed, right? Why it is changed? Because we added an text before this particular value, and that's the reason the formatting has been changed. Now we have to again modify this calculation to change the formatting over here. So now what I will do, I will just go into the original calculation again, and here I will just change, I will add one more variable over here where I will be using a variable as format. Okay, format previous year sales. Okay, so we will format the previous year sales, and I will use a format function for this format. What we have to format? We have to format this value, that is format previous year sales, comma, what should be the second for argument? What should be the format? It should be formatted in. Okay, so it should be formatted in 0.00. That is nothing but it should give us the value then 0.00, but it should be divided by 100 first. Okay, divided by 1000. Okay, why we are dividing it by 1000? So you can see this number, right? So it should be 102.87, right? Two numbers after decimal points we want, but if you divided it by 1000 here itself, your dot will be over here, right? So likewise we have to do some formattings over here, right? Now return value will again change. Okay, so this return should be not here, just close this. Okay, your return will be here. Okay, so these are the first three variables, and then we are returning this value. So again this condition will change. If is blank, then this condition. Okay, but if it is false condition, then we don't want this. So this will be what? This will change now. We want the format. Okay, the format previous year sales. So this value we want over here. Okay, and we will add one more concatenation over here. Okay, and because at the end what we want a, that is nothing but in double inverted comma I will write a. This is nothing but as a 1000 representer. Okay, and just a single quote. So before return we have to write this, right? So I wrote it after return, so I have changed this calculation and just hit enter. So and as soon as you do, you can see our sales has been formatted with what we actually want. So 2024, 2023, 2022, and 2021 no data. So this is how we actually wanted. So I will explain you the calculation once again. Okay, so first what we wrote, variable selected year. Okay, first variable we wrote, and it should be selected value of year. So what does this actually do is we already have here, right? So this is the year filter we already have. So whatever filter we are choosing here, let's say 2024. So what it will do, it will feed this value over here, right? So that is, it will select that value from this particular filter and it will bring it over here. So that is 2024, right? So let's say I will write it as it has brought the value as 2024. Now what this will do, previous year sales, what will do this to? So I'll just write it over here. Let's reduce it. So I will just comment it. What does this do is how this function works. So this will be what? Selected year is nothing but what? 2024. So it will take 2024 and we are writing -1. So when we wrote -1, it will give us an output what? 2023, right? So now this 2023 will be fed over here. So this is 2023. It will match this to year, that is 2023. So filter condition is set up. So we want sales of what? 2023 year. So we got the sales as previous year sales as 2023. But because this was used with text, we have to format this. Okay, so the entire value was divided by 1000 and the format was chosen as 0.00 because we want two decimal points per year, and we want to return an output as if there is a blank cells, right? We saw that if we choose 2021 we get blank. So if a blank of this cells is there, then the output should be as this, that is no data. But if it is not blank, okay, then we should get that particular value as formatted cells, and just at the end we want to add key. That's it. Okay. So I hope you have understood. I have explained it as simple as I could, right? Okay. Now, just take it above. Perfect. Okay. Now what we will do, I will just select this and we will format this. Just go over here, turn off the category label, go in general, turn off the effects as well, go to visual, go in call out value, and here we will choose this as Sage UI semi bold, yeah, and we will choose this particular as, one second, let me check what should be the font of this. Not right, I think so, I forgot. Let me check over here. So it's Sage UI semi-bold 9. Okay. Okay, let's use 10. Okay. Reduce it nicely and bring it over here. Perfect. All right. So now this was previous year cells. Okay. Obviously, it will be for central region, right? So just go ahead and see if it is for central region. Yes, so you can see the filter is always on this. It was a central region here. You can see. Okay. So this should be visual actually on here. Okay. So you have chosen it on page. It should be not on page. So make sure you are changing these guys. Okay. So just come here, check this first main KPI. Okay. So add the field on this page means what? On this entire page that filter would have been applied. But we don't want this on the entire page. We just want to add it on this visual. Okay. So this visual you can see we have an option here called on this visual. So just take a region. Where is the region? Just bring it on this region central. Okay. Similarly for previous year sales also, bring region on here, that is on this visual itself, and central. Okay. So this was for central. All right. So now we have found it for central. Now we have to add a spark line for the central region, right? So now to add a spark line, what we will do, we will take a bar chart. Just take a bar chart over here. I will increase it likewise. Then take month. So now take month from calendar table, add it on x-axis, and take this dynamic cells. Okay, just take this dynamic cells and add it on y-axis. As soon as you do, you can see you got the cells by month over here. But one thing you might have noticed over here, the months are not been sorted with the calendar year, right? Like January, February, December, likewise, right, up to December. So to do that, if you go here and you just click on sort axis, and if you do it by month also, you cannot see, right? You will just get from September to April likewise. So it is actually sorting it with respect to I can say the names, right? So alphabets I can say, but we don't want with alphabets, we want it by month. So to sort this, what this we have to create a column that is month numbers. I will just go in table view again, and here I will choose the calendar table, and here I will create one more table. Sorry, not a table, column. So just select this new column and write this name as month number, and I will choose it as, and now here I will use a month function because I want the number of month, then date. Just scroll up and this is the date. Okay, and hit enter. As soon as you do, you can see the month number has been extracted from here, right? Then go back to visual, select this month. Okay, select this month, go in column rules, and here you have an option called sort column by month number. As soon as you do, you can see it has been sorted in descending order now from December to January, but we want from January to December. So just go here, go to sort axis, make sure month is selected, month is checked, and instead of descending, just go and choose ascending. And you can see it is now from January to December, right? Now we'll do formattings on here. Select this, go here, go on x-axis, turn off the values. Okay. Oh, sorry, we have to show the values. Okay, and go to y-axis. Okay, turn off the values, turn off the title as well, and go to general, turn off the title, go to effects, turn off the background. Okay, and go to visual again. Now go to columns. Okay, go to layout, and here space between category, just choose it as 50%. All right, now bring this and just try to place it over here, and just place it over here, nice and clean. And now just go over here again, go to x-axis. So these numbers, we will format this, just make it as 8, and we'll make it as semi bold. Okay, and we'll just choose it as a faint color. Okay, so these are from January to December. Next thing, we will change the color of the bars. So just go to columns. Here you have an option to change the color. So I will write a color code for me will be hashtag BF9000. Okay, BF9000. So same color. Okay, you can see the color code, whatever the small bars indicates, the accent bars, the same colors we will be using over here, right? So it will be in reference for you. Eventually I will share you the color codes also. Not to worry on that, but just for your information. Okay, so now these are the spark lines. Now we have to create an average line over here. So just select this visual, and here you have an option called add further analysis to visual. Just click on this, then go to constant line. Okay, or okay, one second, go to constant line, add line, and you should be able to mention an average over here, but let's see. Okay, so now the reason why we are not able to see here a average line over here, because we have selected, you just go in visualization, and here you can see, just click on visualization. Here you can see we have chosen as a stacked column chart, but instead of stacked column chart, just choose a cluster column chart. Here you can see you have a clustered column chart. Just click on this, automatically you just, anything, nothing will change, just will be selected as cluster column chart. And now we just go to further analysis, and here you can see an average line. So just click on average line, and add line you have to click. Okay, so but you can see already a zero line has been added. I will just go to constant line, and I will just delete this zero line. Okay, now you are in average line over here. You can see automatically it has taken sales value. And now what we will do, because here sales is selected, so automatically it has taken the sales. Now I will just change this to this color, whatever color we have chosen, what same color code we will be using at same. Now but when you choose profit, okay, now again we have to add the line over here. So just click here, go back over here, add again an average line, add, and now it will be on profit, choose the same color again, go back again to quantity, choose here, first select the visual, go here and add line, it will be quantity and the color. Okay, this you have to repeat it 3 times. So now you can see now profit, sales. Okay, sales, profit and quantity, right? So likewise you will be able to add the average line over here, right? So with respect to the different measures you have, so now the select this visual and make sure it is for central value. Here you can see no filter has been added, that it is for central. So just go ahead and add the region filter over here, just add a region over here and make it for central. Okay, so now this visual is actually for now central region. Okay, so now in this way we have found out our first KPI. Okay, that is for central region. Now going forward from here, it is very easy to to get the further values, right? So now to do that, if we will just do one thing. So one thing you might have noticed here, in previous year sales, there is one space required after this colon. So I will just go over here and I will add a space over here. So here you can see I will add one space. That's it. And just hit enter. You can see automatically a space will be added, right? Close it. Okay. Now main important, that title has been remained, so we should give the title. So just select a text box from here and we'll just name the title as sales overview dashboard. Okay, and we'll do some formattings on this visual. Effects will turn off, and I will just increase it like this. Likewise, center, select this entire thing, and I will choose this as Calibri, and the font size as 20, and I will make it as bold. Okay, just take it and place it over here. Okay, so sales overview dashboard, and furthermore it should be by region. So I add a pipe over here and it should be by region. Okay, so by region we will just choose this entire thing as 40. Okay, so this is a sales overview dashboard for us by region. Perfect. Okay, the date range I will add it at end. I will show you how to add it. All right, so before moving ahead into our this video, let me introduce to my website. And in this particular website, I have different data analyst materials as well as different unique domain projects. All right. And these are on the tools of data analysts like Power BI, Tableau, Excel, and SQL. So these are the important materials which will help you to boost your interviews, to get an exact roadmap, to get an exact resources where you should learn the data analysis, and to go through the projects, the projects which are very much useful to show in your resume, to learn yourself, and to help and have a hands-on on these projects. So right now there is a Diwali sale going on. You can see here it's a 51% off is there on entire material. So whatever price right now you see, there will be a 51% off on all these particular materials, and this you can use the code Diwali at the checkout, and it is only valid till 4th of November. After that, there will be the original prices as well, right? So make sure to check out and go through all of these. So let's say you want to learn anything, and if you want to know more about this project, you can just click on this. So let's say you want to know about the data analysis complete material, and you can see what is exactly available in this material, what are the projects available in this entire material. So you will have an idea like what exactly will be there in this particular materials, right? And if let's say if you want to know about projects, like what projects are available on what different domains, right? So these are some example projects. The screenshots are mentioned over here. And in this particular package, what are the different projects available? What are they on different domain, and what will be included in this entire package, right? So you can see if I scroll down, I just don't have that this particular projects and materials. So here you can see data analyst complete material have an entire set of tools embedded in one single package. But if you are interested in different tools, I have sorted them out. So if you are interested in only Power BI material, you can go for this. There will be Excel projects, Tableau material, Blinkit project is there, as well as you can see SQL material, SQL projects are there, right? So likewise, you can just go through this entire website, okay, and it will be helpful for you to show in your resume, and it will be helpful for you to study. Let's say you have an interview tomorrow. So in this particular complete package, there is entire set of questionnaire are there, real-time questions, right? So scenario-based questions with solution is also available. HR questions, client interview questions. What are level one questions, level two, level three questions, managerial round question. So everything is covered. Cheat sheets are there. You don't have to run through your notes, through your videos again to learn and brush up everything or do a revision before an interview. You just have to go through these few PDFs which are available, and you will be able to brush up everything. So this everything is been created by myself. I myself have invested time in this and created this particular entire set of notes, handwritten notes, all PPTs, projects, everything is created by myself. Okay, and you can. I'm 100% sure you will be liking this. And as the festival offer is going on, you have a good, 51% of off is available on this entire sets of materials. So just please go ahead and check it out. If you like it, please go ahead and buy it, and convey it to your friends also. So let's move ahead now with our video. So now next we have to find out the same thing we have to do now, guys. Okay, the same thing, just we have to find it for now. The next region which we have to do is for East region. Finding the first thing was important for us. Now next things, whatever we are going to do next, it is very easy. Just copy and paste we have to do. So I'll just select this. Okay, just select this. Press Control. Select all the visuals. Select everything. Okay, Control C and Control V. What happened? Paste. Okay, yes. Control V. Okay, what we will do, we'll group it first, so it will be easy. So we'll just select all of these first. Right click and group. Okay, now select this, select Control C, Control V. So as a group, it has been selected now. And now just bring it over here. Perfect. Now we just will change the names. Now first we have found out for central. Now next we have to find it for east. So name it as east. Okay. And for this we just have to change the region now over here. So instead of central, here you can see we have a filter. Instead of central, we will just choose as east. So you can see east value. Similarly for previous year sales also, instead of central, choose here as east. Simple. Similarly here as well, instead of central, just choose here as east. Perfect. And now for here, more one thing we have to do is we have to change the color of the bars. So just select this chart. Okay. Two times. You have to click two times. First time it will select the group and two times it will select the chart. Come over here, go to columns, and here we will use a different color code. I will be using as hashtag 2E75B6. Okay. It is a blue color. All right. So now same way we have to go in analyze here. In average line, we have to change the line color line. That should be this. Similarly, now select profit. So profit also again select two times. Go over here and change the color over here in line. Just have to change the color. Similarly for quantity, the color you have to change. Select once and twice. And here we'll change the line to this color. Perfect. All right. So now very easy. Once you do anything or once you have done this, the next part is very easy. Again, just select Control C, Control V and just bring it over here. Okay. Now we found it for east. Now next as per our requirement, it will be for south. So just name it as south. Okay. Now the cells, just select the cells, go to filter and instead of region, this should be east, you should choose it as south. And for previous year sales also, instead of this, it will be now south. And spark line as well. Instead of east, now it will be south. Simple. Now just choose this visual two times and we'll change the color. Just go into columns and we'll be using as color code as hashtag 00A249. Okay, hit enter. Perfect. Now same procedure. Select the visual, go over here, go to average line, go to line and choose the color that is green. Again, now choose profit. Select this visual two times, go to analyze, go to line over here in average line and change this particular color. Similar way, quantity, select two times from here, average line, change this color to green. Perfect. All right. Similar way, Control C, Control V. Perfect. Now this should be instead of southern, what was next? West. Okay. Select the sales value over here. Go to filters, sorry. And here we'll change this to instead of south, it should be west. Similarly for previous year sales also instead of south, it should be west. And select this, go to columns and just turn off this. And the color code which we'll be using, it will be hashtag B248A5. Okay, purple color. Similar way, select this visual. Now we will change the average line colors as well. It should be this purple color. Select profit over here. Two times change this color. Select quantity and change this color. Right. Alrighty. Okay. So now you can see we have one just first region took us some time to understand, to build, to format and all those things. Other things were very easy. We just have to change the filters, right? So in this way, we have calculated this entire things, and in the same way now we will be using and building our charts requirement. I hope you have understood this, and if you have come at this point of this particular video, you guys are doing great. You are understanding, you are learning something new, and I request you to please go ahead and like this video, subscribe my channel, and share this video with your friends, right? So let's move ahead and we will do the charts requirement. All right, so as per our next problem statement, there we have to find out the sales by state. For that, we have to find one bubble map and a bar chart. And with respect to whatever filters we are using here, with respect to that itself, it should change, right? So now to create a bubble map, what we have to do is we have to use a map chart over here. So I'll just select the map chart. So this will be a map chart. I'll just increase it likewise, right? And now here we have to add and drag some fields over here. So location, we have a state and province over here field, just drag it and just add it on locations. Okay, and then we want to add legends as well, because we want to give colors and legends with respect to the region. So we have region field, just drag it on legend. Okay, and next we have to add a bubble size. So to add a bubble size, just select a metric. Okay, just select a metric, add it and drag it on this bubble size. Okay, so automatically you can see these are been there. So I'll just format this quickly. All right, so this will be our chart, and now we will do quick formattings on here. First, go in general, in effects turn off the background. Okay, and in title we'll change it at sales by state. Okay, so whenever you change, you will get this particular sales, profit, and quantity. Okay, and I have one task for you, which will be an homework for you. This sales by state. Okay, you can see there is a sales by state. You have to make this particular thing in such a way that it should change this, the name of this particular should change, with respect to when I change these filters. Okay, when I change sales, it should be by sales by state. When I choose here profit, it should be profit by state. Okay, so this is an it is a task for you. Just search for it. Okay, I will, if you don't have an answer, just type it in comment section, but I would recommend you to find it anyhow. If you are finding it or something on your own, you will never remember, or sorry, you will never forget that. You will always remember, but you will never forget that. Okay, and it will be lifelong with you, whichever thing you are finding on your own, right? So I would recommend you to do the same, right? So now they select this chart, go here, turn off the legends. We don't want legends to be present. Then we'll just go to bubble and we'll just reduce this bubble size to -2. Sorry, we'll just increase it to -2. Okay, just show it at -2. And we'll just give the colors also. So we'll just give the colors, whatever region colors we are using here, the same colors we'll give here. So just click on colors. So for central, we have used this, so it will be already saved over here. That is for central. For east, it will be blue. For south, it will be green. And for west, it will be purple. Okay, so these are the colors which we are going to use. Perfect. So now whenever you are choosing profit, whenever you are choosing quantity, the values and the bubbles are going out, they are increasing and decreasing based on that, right? Similarly, if you hover over your mouse over here, you can see the values of that particular state region, which is the region, you can see the quantity. So everything you can just see in the tooltip itself, right? Now, one more thing what we have to build here, we have to build a column chart as well. So I'll just choose the stack, or we can say cluster column chart, whichever you can choose. If you want, you can choose that. Okay, I'll just increase the size, and I'll just bring on y-axis. I will bring on the states again. So let me choose the states. I'll bring on y-axis, and I will bring this on x-axis, right? That is nothing but this measure, select measure. We'll do quick formatting again over here. Also go in general, turn off the title, turn off the effects. Okay, and just go back to your visual again. Now we want to give color also, so you can see a legend is there here. Also just select region and bring it into legend. Okay, just add it on legends, right? So here instead of this chart, I will just choose this chart, right? So instead of cluster bar, just make sure it was selected this before. Just select this chart and make it as stack bar chart, because when you add it as legend, it is distorted. I mean to say, try to take one more axis on the left hand side, which we don't want. So just change the chart type over here itself, that is stack bar chart. Now just select this chart and just try to adjust here it properly. And here first we will just go ahead and turn off the legends and just try to reduce it likewise, and we'll reduce it like this. Okay, then go to x-axis and turn off the title, y-axis also. Okay, turn off the title as well as values. Okay, now we will do some formattings over here. On y-axis I'll just choose it as a 9. Okay, and we'll choose it as a little black. Okay, and now I just select this visual and we'll change the colors. Okay, just go in bars, and here you can see we don't have an option to change the color. From series you have to choose it. First series, choose central first, and now you can change the color. So for central it will be this. Similarly for east we use this blue color. Okay, then for south we use the green color, and for west we used purple color, right? So you can see by looking at this particular chart, and when you hover your mouse, you'll get the idea of that particular sales also. So I'll just reduce it. So what is happening over here, that California from west region is giving us the highest sale. Second maximum is New York from east region. So the reason behind creating this one more chart over here is that from here we get a consolidated view, that yeah, everything we can see over here. But if you want to see this with respect to and descending order with respect to countries and with respect to whatever sales and profit we have over here, you can just see this particular chart, that which are the top 5 best performing states. Okay, or we can say which are the bottom worst performing states, right? So likewise it gives us an idea of how the pattern of the states are there with respect to different sales, profit, and quantity metrics. And obviously we can choose and drag it between these particular years also, right? So now this was all about the sales by state. You can just change the field settings also. Title, I will just choose it as Candara, and I'll choose it as 13. I'll choose it as bold. Okay, and I'll choose this color, right? So this was sales by state. And one more thing I'll go here. Perfect. All right. So now, uh, uh, as I told you, just work on this title, and we will move ahead to build our grid, which is our last visual. Okay. So now, as per our requirement, we have to build this grid view. Okay. So now to build this grid view, what we will do, we will just write. We will have to write few calculations to get current year sales, previous year sales, and year on year sales, and same for the other metrics also. So first we will find out the current year sales, and that I will right click and create a new measure, and I will just increase here, and I will name it as current year sales. Okay. uh, so I will just write a new line. I will write a variable over here first. Okay. Same thing again based on the selected year. Okay, that will be our current year. I already told you, if 2024 is selected, that will be my current year. If 2023 is selected, that will be my current year. So whatever value we are selecting in this particular filter, that value should be fed in this particular calculation. So again, I will choose my selected year. Okay, so this will be my selected year. Okay, and for this I will be using a calculation as selected value. Okay, selected value of what? Year, because we are taking it from here. So selected value year. So this will be my first variable, second variable, Now I want to find out current year sales. Okay, so now current year sales, I will be using a calculate function. I want to find out total sales, right? Comma. Now I want to add a filter condition. So if my year, okay, if my this year, okay, the calendar year is equal to the selected year, right? Control C, Control V. So if my calendar year is equal to selected year, so that if 2024 is selected, it will it will select this. This will be output will be 2024. This output of selected year will be given over here, that is 2024. So this filter condition will be satisfied. So year will be selected as 2024, and I will get the sales for 2024. Simple, very simple. Okay. So and now I want to return. Okay. So I want to return what? The same thing. So I should get current year sales. Control C and Control V. That's it. Finish. So this will you will get the current year. So the same thing we used it here. We used -1 because we want previous year sales. And I will tell you in the next calculation we have to use -1 because we wanted previous year sales. And I will close this and I will try to build a grid also. So I'll just select a matrix from here and just bring it over here. So I will just place it over here. Okay. And we want a region, right? So I'll just take region first. Okay, with respect to region, and now I will take the current year sales we just calculated right now. So here you can see these are the current year sales, right? So for 2024 region, for east, west, north, and south, with respect to that we have the sales. Getting? So now next we have to find out previous year sales. So I'll just right click, create a new measure, or whatever you will do, I will just use the same measure. Okay, so I'll just copy this entire value of current year sales, right click, new measure, and I will paste it over here. And instead of previous year, I will name it as current year. I will name it as previous year, because why to write all the things again and again? See this where this will be the same. Okay, only we will change this because we want here previous. Okay, so previous year sales, what we have to change here, you already know. So previously we were, by using this condition we will get current year sales, but we want to go 1 year back. So what we have to add here, only we have to add here just -1, because if selected it is 2024 in our slicer, we have to go 1 year back. So we have to -1 from this particular thing. Just the same, this output should be presented over here. Simple. So this is our previous year sales. Just hit enter, close it, and now I will just add previous year sales into this grid. So these are my previous year sales. Getting a note? So with respect to each region, we are having the previous year sales now. So 2023, 2024, whichever you select, it will be formatting with respect to that. Getting or not? So now one thing is important here, guys. So whatever we are selecting over here, these values will be changing over here. But whenever I'm using this, it is not changing, because we are already this metric will not change, or this matrix or grid will not change, because we are already going to calculate all the metrics in this particular. So there is no use of filtering out this table with respect to this metrics. Okay, just we'll choose it by years itself, right? So now this was current year sales, previous year sales. Now we will find out year on year sales. So just select a new measure and I will name it as year on year sales. Okay, so now this will be a big formula. So the first variable I will choose it as, I will name it as current year sales. Okay, so current year sales will be my, okay, so it is nothing but I have already found calculated this as current year sales. Okay, so this value I have already calculated, that is current year. So this will be our current year sales. Next variable I will found it as previous year sales. This also we have already found out, that is previous year sales, right? So this is current year and previous year sales. Now what we have to find out, the next variable is as year on year sales or year on year change. Okay, is equal to, now we want to find out year on year change, which is very simple. We have to divide. So the formula to find out the year on year change is nothing but, okay, so don't add, so don't give a space here because it will give an error. So divide, what is the formula to find out the year on year sales? It is nothing but current year sales minus previous year sales entire or total divided by previous year sales. Same formula we are going to use here. That is nothing but current year sales. Okay. So this is our current year sales minus previous year sales. That will be this. Okay. Divided by. So it should be totally divided by. Okay. So first close this bracket. All right. Or just keep it as it is and we'll write the second argument. Okay. So this was numerator. Whatever we wrote here, it was numerator and now we have to add denominator. So denominator will be again what? Previous year sales. Right. So that will be this. And close this. Okay. So this will be our previous year sales and we will just return year on year change. So we want to return as year on year change. Just hit enter. Close it. Okay. Now select this visual and add it year on year sales over here. Here you can see year on year sales, but if you want to see it in percentage, obviously you can select this and you can convert this to percentage, right? You just click here, you will get in percentage. But one more thing we want here is, okay, so what we want here is here, if you can see, if it is greater than zero, okay, now condition is different, right? The client gave us the different condition. If it is greater than zero, it should be upward, and if it is less than zero, it should be downward. Okay. So greater than zero means what? Anything like 0.1, 0.2 likewise, right? So if it is greater than or equal to zero, it should be upward arrow, and if it is downward, then it should be it is less, then it should be downward arrow. So for that, we will just make change in this particular calculation here itself. So I will remove this return over here, and I will write one more condition over here as a variable, and the result for me will be or what I have to print. Okay, so just print, I will be using as print is equal to, okay, if condition I will be using, I'll write on next line, if, okay, if condition, the logical test, okay, if year on year, okay, so if this value, that is year on year change, okay, if year on year change is greater than zero, okay, if it is greater than zero, that is if this is true, okay, then we have to add upward arrow. So for that we can use a unichar function. So this unicharacter function is a function which takes a special character code, and automatically that code will be, or that particular character will be printed for us, right? So if you want an upward arrow, if it is greater than zero, the upward arrow symbol will be 9650. Okay, close the bracket. Okay, if it is true, right? So we have to give a closing bracket, and with respect to what, we have to concatenate the uh, we can say that value. So I'll add one space. Okay, so I will add one space and then again, so nothing but with respect to that we have to add one space in between these two, right? So here you can say in between this arrow, upward arrow, and this value, there is one small space is there, the same that space we have added over here. And now we want to format. Okay, as I already told you while calculating this particular, right? So when we use any text function, any symbol, automatically what happens, the we have to format this particular value over here because it loses its formatting. So we have to use formatting. So what we have to format, year on year change, comma, we want to format it into which format? That is nothing but 0%. So whatever we have to, we don't want any decimal value, so it should be in percentage format directly, right? Close this bracket, comma. Now what if it is false? Okay, so what should be the condition? If it is false, then we have to give again a unichar function. So I'll write it over here. So easy to understand. Unichar. Now if it is less than zero, it should be downward arrow, and for that it is, this is the function, that is 9660, and the same thing again. Just copy this, entire thing will be the same, right? Formatting will be the same, right? Then close one more bracket which will be of if statement. Okay, and go back, and now we want to return what, return what, this particular, that is print. Just hit enter, and as soon as you do, you can see we have received our value. And I'll just sort it by current of sales. Here you can see whenever there is a positive or a less than zero or greater than zero value, you'll get an upward and downward arrows. Getting or not? So likewise, we have found it for current year sales, previous year sales, and year on year sales. So the same thing we will do, and we will use the same calculations, and we will find it for the current year, previous year, and year on year for profit as well as quantity. So first, this is the current year sales. I will copy this entire thing, Control C. I will write a new measure, paste it over here. Instead of sales, we will name it as profit. And now here you just have to change, instead of total sales, you have to write your profit. Okay, that is just profit. Just that is the only thing you have to change. So this is current year profit. Then we have to find out previous year sales. From previous year sales, we will find out previous year profit. Take a new measure. Sorry. So this will be profit, and just hit enter. Okay, then we have to find out year on year. So just select this entire thing, Control C, right click over here, new measure, paste it over here. So here will be profit. All right, and here instead of sales, we have to choose here profit. Here also we will choose it as profit. Perfect, and just hit enter. Close it, and now select this metric. First we want current year profit, previous year profit, and then we want year on year profit. Okay, and now next we will do it for quantity. Same, copy this, right click, new measure, paste it over here. So this will be for quantity, and here instead of profit we will choose it as quantity, so total quantity. Hit enter, then just select previous year sales, and from here we will derive previous year quantity. Right click, new measure, paste. This will be previous year quantity, and here instead of sales it will be quantity. Hit enter. Now select year on year, Control C, new measure, and here just choose quantity. Right. Now select this, and now we will bring current year quantity, previous year quantity, and year on year quantity. That's it. Okay. So now we just have to do some formattings on this visual quick. Now just select this, go over here, go to grid, turn on the horizontal grid lines, turn on the vertical grid lines as well. So color will be uh, this background color. Okay, we have to choose the background color. So for the background color, I will take from here code. From here, I will take right click, format shape, go to fill, more colors, and this will be the code. I will tell you what is the code. Select this, go here, grid, and add here more colors. Control V. So the code is hashtag DEEBF7. Okay, so this is the code. Similarly, just check the width as 10, vertical. This should be this, and just take vertical width as just that's it. All right, and the borders also we'll choose it as this, or just a light border. Okay, then go to values. Values will choose it as CGOUI semi bold 9. Okay, and text color black, but background color will be this. Background color here also will be the same. Similarly, for column headers, the background color will be this, and this will be CGOI semi bold again. For row headers, background color will be the same, and it will be CGOI semi bold. Perfect. Okay, then go to general, in effects, turn off the effect. Okay, just bring it down. Okay, now select this visual, and here you can do more formattings. Okay, so now you can see select specific column here in current year cells. Okay, you can change the display units, let's say 2000s. Similarly, for current previous year sales, I will change it to thousands. Similarly, for Current year profit, I will change it to thousands. Previous year profit, I will change it to thousands. But we have to add currency also. So now just select the current year profit over here and add currency. Okay, but for 2 decimal points only. Hit enter. Similarly, current year sales, 2 decimal points. Previous year profit, 2 decimal points. And previous year sales, oops, it should be this, and 2 decimal points. Perfect. Alright, so if you want, we can increase the grid of horizontal. Just increase the grid. Perfect. Okay, so now this is the grid. Alright, so now you can add the data bars also over here. Just go in visualization, select this. In current year sales, go here, add conditional formattings and add data bars. And whichever color you want, just choose the color. I will choose this. Click OK. Okay. Similarly, for current year profit, go on conditional formatting, add in data bars and choose the color. Let's choose this. Okay. And for current year quantity, bars, and let's choose this. Okay. Okay, so this is how you can give the colors. Now I will add the text over here. One sec. Now to add the text, what we have to do here is I'll just go over here. You can see we have to add this particular text. I will just copy this and I will add it. It will save my time. Okay, you can do the same. Just select this now and I will just choose it as Calibri 11 bold. Okay, or you can increase it more. Well, perfect. Right, and this is a just a message. Control C and Control V. Okay, and just stick it up. Alright, so now I will help you what this message is. The total year on year is average of all the values for the region. So whatever you can see here total, right? So year on year sales, you can see a total. This is an average, right? It is not an addition, it is an average of all these values. And when you choose 2021, this visual, there are some values which are going out blank. Why is that? Because we don't have the data for previous years. And it is an homework for you, so that if there is a blank value for the previous year sales, find out that here it should be printing as no data. Similarly, for year on year sales also, it should print as no data available, right? The same way which we did here, right? So this will be an homework for you, and I hope I'm sure you will be able to solve that particular, right? And so this, in this way, we have created this entire dashboard. I hope it was useful. I hope you learned so many things from here. And if you have, just go ahead. Please like the channel, subscribe. Sorry, please like the video, subscribe the channel, and share it with your friends. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye, guys.